so colorful. What's up everyone, it's me E-Man and welcome back to another Paper Mario Color Splash video. Today we're going to be talking about the battle system and how it works. Now probably a lot of you are playing Paper Mario Color Splash right now, but some of you probably aren't. So I'm going to show you a certain place into which I'll find an enemy in order for you to see. And like I've showed you before, every time you enter a certain place, you have a certain background in which it shows you. So it's kind of cool to see. Now if it'll load up, we can get started. Alright, here we go. Now here's Cherry Lake, in which you have to go through a certain process in which I kind of can't do anymore. Now here's an enemy, so let's stomp on it to get started. The battle system is going to be only used for your gamepad. Now, you have to look down on the gamepad, in which here's a little bit of the style, if it'll work correctly. Okay, it won't, so I'm gonna have to try this, but there we go. So the battle system works with using your touch screen, into which then you have to move it around, pick a certain card. So we got a Koopa, so we're gonna need to put one right there, then press cards ready. Now if you want to paint it, you don't have to, but when you hold it down, it takes a bit of your paint away, so be aware of that. Then you flick it up, and then back to the screen. And there you go. If you beat it in one go, you get a perfect bonus. Nothing that really huge to talk about. Also, afterwards, you get these little hammer things, which sort of are your experience for more paint. Now, paint isn't a huge issue, so don't try to waste too much on that. So let's do another one and show you some other items that you can use in game. You probably saw some other items back in the first video, so let's give you a little more of a set of what we're doing here. Alright, so there's also little triple ones, and what these do is that you can use them in a certain amount of times, but we have a problem. We have a spiked Shy Guy, so we're not allowed to do anything with that at the moment. So we gotta head back over here and use a hammer. Now, later on in the game, you'll be able to get 2 slots. At the moment, you can only use one when you start the game. Now you flick them up, and let's begin. If you can get it correct on an orange, it'll call it nice. If you can wait a little longer, you just gotta get it precise, but it's very difficult for me to do so. And they drop a lot of paint after you finish for one. Now the way you know that you've leveled up your paint is when you stop and Mario looks at the paint counter. This is when you get to know that you've actually made it. Now we've got stacked up Shy Guys. These things are a little bit different. Sometimes ones with straws can take your pain away if you let them live. You can also get certain items of enemies, and what these do is kind of use their own attacks against them. And they take up very little paint, so that's pretty good. Now, when you summon it, it basically uses its attack, and what it'll do is then attack the player's enemy, and you gotta try to block it, because if you don't block it, depending on the certain Shy Guy, so if I'm not sounding correct, the blue Shy Guy, I can't even say it correctly, so let's put this correct. If you have a red Shy Guy, it's going to take your red paint if it has a straw. If you have a blue one, it's going to take your blue paint. Or if you have a yellow, you get the point. And if you don't block, it's going to take up a lot of it. If you do block it, you see how much it's going to take from you. So that's a lot of paint taken. And later in the game, you'll be able to earn Battle Spin. And what Battle Spin does is it helps you kind of just get an extra item just for 10 coins. Now we're gonna try to get this. I'm gonna try to get the replica. Okay, so it comes after a boots. Yes! I knew it, I got the replica. So now I got the fan replica. So you can get replicas as well. So you don't just have to have one. Or no. Oh, okay, so I technically do have to. Okay, well that's cool. Now, let's put this fan in. Well, actually, I want to save that for a later video. So, we're going to use a certain type of... Let's use the fire flower in order to show off this attack. As you know, you have to paint it. But the problem is it takes up a huge amount of your red if it's not already painted. So let's get a little fight on. You can also use the touchscreen if you'd like to time your points, but now I just wasted it because I wasn't paying attention. Now, if you like pressing the A button to dodge or at least block, that's fine. You can also use a touchscreen as well. At least Huey tells you this, and if you don't know who Huey is, I'll tell you in a minute. Now here's the problem. They're all stacked up, so no matter, depending on the great attack, it's only going to take off one. So you're going to have to use a certain type of, you have to use at least the jump attacks to make it easier. So watch if I got it. It takes them out really easily as long as it's painted. Also, in the start of the game, you get 50 HP, so don't worry. I'm just gonna quickly get this paint finished up, because it's gonna freaking annoy me. Well, I almost did an excellent, but there you go. Now, Huey is a character I love, because he is funny. As you progress the game, he might make some little jokes, some puns, maybe some little references. And to get Huey, you have to at least find him in Port Prisma, and you gotta press the up button, in which then he'll tell you something. Now that we've collected a cool 2 paint stars, this breeze on the lake feels even more refreshing. So he tells you kind of he tells you a few things, nothing really that special. And there you go. Well, there's a little overview of what you'll be needing to know. Anyway, we'll see you all next time. Ooh, hop slipper.